Welcome to SCUM. I'm Kismar. I wanted to do a quick video just kind of showing where I'm at in my progress. This is the first time I've played this game. I don't generally play PvP leaning games, although I am playing this completely solo, so it's just me in here. I did change, at some point I may actually document this, but I did change a bunch of settings to make it a little more palatable for the way I want to play and the fact that I'm playing solo and that I'm learning how the game even works. I right now have 200 hours. I just hit like 200.1 hours. First 50 were me fumbling around and dying and trying to figure it out and restarting. So I would say a normal person would have maybe 100 hours just because I'm really slow at stuff. Just purposely, really. I like to take my time. I do things slow. I'm like to be real organized. I'm a loot goblin, so I pick everything up. So in a game like this, there's a lot of running back and forth and inventory management and stuff that a lot of people may not do. So what I wanted to do was basically show what I've done in the 200 hours, or we'll say about 150 hours of this save, this playthrough. So I've got a couple wood sheds out here that I use when I'm doing a lot of construction and stuff. I try to keep these full so that if I need wood, I can just come take it out of here. I think I just emptied this last time I built a bunch of stuff. But so we've got some wood sheds out here. We've got a farm going, which I didn't even start until, boy, probably 150 hours in, maybe. So this is all fairly recent stuff. I just weeded it and fertilized it. I basically have a little of everything in here just to kind of see how all this stuff works. You can right click to view the details of each little section to see what's growing there, what the condition is. I have out here, as far as, well, I've got my well here, obviously. I've got a seeds bin, got a materials bin. This is all farming related stuff. Fertilizer, weed repellent, fungicide, shovel, watering cans, typical gardening, whatever stuff. As far as vehicles, gotten this guy all put together. I did just recently buy this rack for it. I wasn't even sure if that was going to work because I did put it on the truck originally. Within the last couple episodes in the playlist that I'll link in the description, I had gotten over 250 fame, and that unlocks being able to buy parts for vehicles, and some of those parts are actual armor. I wish they had something for the front because I keep hitting stuff and blowing my headlights out, but that's the only part that you can't get armor for. So I've got that truck. I have the cruiser motorcycle all put together with the saddlebags for inventory. I did have a good tip in the comments to throw a backpack in here. There's I think there's a bigger backpack that you can put in here, or a bigger, same size backpack as far as the inventory space, but the inside of the backpack I think has more space than this one. I'm not sure. But I didn't have the type that was mentioned because I had sold them all. I've only got these, I was only saving these giant backpacks. So anyway, I put the smaller one in there. Just to finish the vehicles, I have the wrist put together. And the Wolfwagon, is that what it is? Yeah, Wolfswagen. And the dirt bike. And this has the full, what is it called? Rider set on it, which is just the skull up front instead of headlights. So that takes the place of headlights. And then the Rider body on here. And then this also has saddlebags that I don't have anything in right now. So as far as storage goes, I have, well, let me back up. So I've got this garage built, and these are all, I guess, tier 2 roofs. It's all plank, which is kind of the second level of upgrades. This is the third level of upgrade, the metal stuff. The brick is the fourth, which is what all the foundations are. So I've got quite a mix of stuff, anywhere from the wood planks up to brick in random spots, just because I'm kind of upgrading as I can. And it takes a ton of materials to do this stuff. I'm starting to kind of, I'll get to this, but I'm starting to kind of build on a system for all of these building materials for upgrading stuff. So this is my kitchen area over here. I'm thinking I might wall this off so it's an actual room, just to feel more like an actual kitchen area. I'm not sure, but I'm not super thrilled with this just long, kind of boring room. I like building. I like big builds. I like kind of making them feel somewhat realistic and comfy. So, kind of what I work towards. Okay, so this is just storage over here. I do have a way to pull a vehicle in here in case, well, like for this, in this case, I can pull a vehicle in here and pick these up or drop these off, because these are going to be full of stuff and you can't pick them up because they're too heavy. So, just kind of that kind of stuff. I have a way to pull a vehicle in here. I mean, I can also do the same thing over. I wasn't sure what else to do here, so I just made the door. So that's basically the first floor and a half. Up here, we've got the Christmas tree. I've been messing around with these lights because the ones I had, I kept burning myself on because I put them in stupid spots. Or I put them in spots where stupid me keeps running into them. And I just built some new ones. I haven't had a chance to test them out yet, but I'm kind of wondering if just turning these two on will end up lighting up pretty much this whole garage. Bedroom and storage here. Oh, I forgot I didn't finish that one. And then this is all like gun, ammo, weapon, bow and arrow type storage here. And I do have basically two porches back here. Stairs out to the back. I originally was assuming that I could do farming up here, but your farm plot has to be on the ground. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to do up here, if it ends up being anything, which it'll probably end up being really nothing. Open space. I may come up here to use it for sniping stuff if I ever see animals or zombies around here, but other than that, I don't really see myself using this upstairs. So let's see. If we look at storage and all of my loot goblin inventory that I've collected, might as well just start up here. So we've got a bin for guns. I'm basically keeping like one row of handguns, and then anything beyond that, I either will sell or convert to the gun parts, which you can use to fix that type of gun. So these are my guns. Nothing special there. Gun parts, including like gunpowder, are all in here. These weapon cleaning kits will also repair your gun, but this is what I was talking about too. These weapon parts, basically the weapon cleaning kit can repair any gun, and the weapon parts will only repair specific types of gun. Like this is specifically the 911. There's a couple of them that make M9 weapon parts. I don't know enough about guns to know what makes what, and I honestly don't really care. But anyway, so these were extras that I turned into gun parts to kind of, just so that I've got more than enough repair stuff here. And then, you've got sights and flashlights and suppressors and all that kind of stuff in here. Ammo, pretty straightforward. This is all just random ammo that I've been picking up. I need to pull it in my inventory again so it kind of auto stack stuff, because I'm sure there's like partial stacks all over the place in there. And then down here I just have the kind of throwable bomb stuff. Bow and arrow, again, pretty self-explanatory. These are the bow add-ons, ammo, and then the bows and the crossbow that I've got down here. I haven't used any of these. At some point I might actually like put up a what are they called? Target, like a target that you can shoot at and work on this. But these are kind of hard to aim because as soon as you start aiming, you lose the dot in the center, that little dot you see. So it's hard to tell where you're actually shooting. Anyway, got the wall mounts, magazines. Again, pretty self-explanatory. There's nothing special about that. It's just all magazines. And then these are like melee weapons or like these throwables. Just all kinds of stuff I've been collecting. Got the katanas from, some of this is from cargo drops, so they're 100% sitting in there. I have one of these that I'm using, right here. And this gun I just recently got going too. This is nice with this. So that's basically these 4 and these 2. So it's guns and weapons here. Over here, this is my drop box. Basically anything that I'm kind of actively using or I don't know where to put, I have in here. I've got these 2 special guns that I found that are colored different. I have no idea what that means. If you can just paint these and that's no big deal, I don't know. But, and I've got a harmonica here that I found. That's the first instrument that I've actually found. But like, these are the bullets and the guns that I'm actually actively using. Keep them here just so they're easier to get at. Footwear. These are all kind of organized by type. Not a whole lot in here. Clothing, same type of deal. I have them organized by type. This helps me know organizing things like this. I do this because, and I do this in pretty much all games that I play like this. Then I know just by a spot check, okay, I need to pick up more hats or something just to have more. In this case, it's a little different because I am saving a lot of stuff that I would not use otherwise, like these sweatpants, because I'll end up tearing them into rags at some point. But until then, they're clothing and I just organize them in here. Same kind of stuff with armor, helmets. This isn't technically armor, but you get the picture. Just a way of separating stuff out because these 2 used to be in one bin. Oh, that took a second. And it obviously, oh, I've got some more hats over here. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. These are the only backpacks I've been saving. So I had just sold some of the smaller ones when I had somebody mentioned in the comments to use the smaller backpacks and the saddlebags. So I'll be on the lookout for some of those eventually. Yeah, so that's the gear container. Down here, I keep these vendor bins, and as I'm looting and coming back, I usually will pull out. So if we look in here, I have 5 of these chests in here, and they're named like mobile 1 through 5. And if I go out looting and come back, I basically line them up all here, and I start putting away the inventory. This drop box is kind of the same as the one upstairs. I dump either if I'm too lazy to put things away or I'm not entirely sure where to put things, which I obviously hit the tuna factory the other day and I pretty much like overloaded on this stuff, so I just dumped it in here for now. But yeah, the vendor stuff, this is basically stuff that I loot specifically to sell. Or, if I've already got a full line of masks, I take the worst ones and I throw them in here to sell. So that's pretty much all this stuff is any kind of overflow items or items that I specifically picked up. Like a lot of the clothing I'll pick up to sell. These Halloween masks actually sell pretty well. These knives sell pretty well. I mean, compared to the size they take up in your inventory. So there's that. One other thing to mention too is I do in the storage rack, I have this so this is the utilities bin, and in here I keep all of like essential like emergency stuff, medical stuff, pills, antibiotics. Oh, I need to put charcoal. I'm gonna do that right now before I forget. That bin needs some activated charcoal. This is the medical bin, which I'll come back to. This one. Basically, the activated charcoal is if you happen to eat something poisonous, or that's about all I know off the top of my head. If something's poisonous, that'll clear it up. So let's here. Okay. So yeah, just kind of some emergency stuff, some gas, and these are, well, these actually can be taken out. Normally I only have, I've got the 2 cans at the bottom of this bin, and then if I have empty cans, like this one I'll leave in here because I'll eventually fill it out of here and then pull it out like I did with the. So got those. Here we've got batteries. Basically the cell batteries, normal batteries, and then car batteries and motorcycle batteries at the bottom. Toolkits, pretty straightforward. This one isn't very organized. I just dump them all in there. Random, kind of self-explanatory. I have a ton of Christmas ornaments I've been collecting. And then basically this is all just stuff that doesn't have a home anywhere else, including the dildo. And then over here, we've got vehicle parts. I won't show all these, but just to give you an idea of, and actually this is not a vehicle part. I thought this was a vehicle part early on because it's a RIS adapter, and I don't know what that means, but in the quad is called a RIS, R-I-S. So I was just assuming that that was something for the quad, but it's not. I think that this is a generic adapter for a gun to be able to install parts on it that aren't specifically for that gun after doing some more looking. Yeah, so that's vehicle parts, this is vehicle parts, and this is vehicle parts. And then here it's tools. So you got electrician's tools, wire cutters, which I haven't actually used these. I'm not entirely sure what those are for. Drills, crowbars, you get the picture there. This stuff, actually, I still need to move these. Didn't realize those were still there. Okay, so we've got gas cans. Ooh, those aren't been in there. Materials here. This is just random. I've got like overflow gardening stuff in here. I've got these big bags of salt that I found. Pretty much it. So let's put these in here. And then here we have the, I just recently did this one too, where this one's just wood tools, axes and saws, chainsaws, and then farm stuff, which this is where the rest of those other tools in that other bin need to go. Garage parts, same type of thing. I do have a wood thing out here that I don't really use very often. I just have the, it's just full of these branches. So those cut up into a bunch of large sticks and small sticks. It's basically just there if I happen to need sticks for something. Okay, so down here, as far as inventory goes, we have these 2 bins, metal materials, and the other mats, this one. And I do the same thing here where I kind of eyeball this to have a good idea of how much of certain things I have. It might determine whether I loot them or not, or loot more of it or not. So like at one point I kind of stopped looting this wire because I had a ton of them. In fact, I still don't really loot it unless they're like brand new full stack. Like if it's a 25 out of 25, I'll grab those. Let's see. These are just building materials, like base upgrade materials. These are not going to stay here. I'm eventually going to build a inventory shed that you can pull a car in, and there's just going to be a circle, like a horseshoe shape of these storages around it, and then you can just grab whatever you want, throw it in the car, and then go drive it to wherever you want to construct stuff. So that's going to be upcoming. And then lights, pretty much what you'd think. Fishing drop. So this is, I used to actually have my fishing stuff here where I just dumped everything in here. Now, I'll show this in a moment, but I have an actual fishing dock out there, and that's where all the fishing stuff is, but I didn't want to have to run out there every time I wanted to drop, fishing stuff in there. So I basically anytime this kind of builds up and I know I'm going to go out to the fishing dock, I'll just grab this, take it down there, swap all the inventory, and bring this back. Locking stuff, same type of deal. This I need to actually switch to one of these improvised. Yes, well, I probably should do that with all these, but this one was just a random overflow bin that I was using while I was upgrading these floors. So here, wow. Oh, it is almost not. No, that's 9 in the morning, so it must be a storm cloud. Okay, so we've got our battery charger here. Medical, I kind of showed this earlier. Pretty straightforward, same type of sorting where I can, you know, I can look here and basically I have capped myself out here for pain pills. So unless I get completely full, basically what I do in the situation specifically for like this item is if I'm out looting and I see painkillers somewhere, I will not loot them unless they're full or like pretty full. You know, like I'd grab like one of these or, you know, even maybe a 14 out of 16 or some 8 out of 8s that are of high durability or whatever that bar means. And then I would basically put those in and swap them out for something that was a degraded or lower, you know, that, something like that. I basically will keep swapping them out for better quality items of the same thing. Okay, kitchen. This is all kind of basically kitchen hardware and cookbooks. Yep, there's your storm. And then got a little bit of gas over here for the generators. And then extra pots and pans and cookers and grill grids and stuff like that. This is the food bin. The vegetables in here normally wouldn't be in here, but I don't have any more room in the fridge, so I just tossed them in here. Was either eat them or put them in here. This is a little more random than the other bins as far as how I sorted things, because I'm kind of sorting on the left and right. But so far it works. I may have to move down and have more columns down here if these extend much further. It just stops me from having to scroll more. And then we already did kitchen. This is my kitchen here. I do have to turn the second generator on if I'm going to be cooking on both of these. And then this one's sitting over here because I've got the propane tank over here. So if I want to throw something extra on, I can start this up with a propane. But these are both electrical stoves. And this big generator is the only one that's running, and that stays running at all times for these fridges. So I've got any kind of meat and meals, which this meat's going bad. I've had it in here for too long. These are all like pre-cooked meals. The bread I'm saving for to make like hamburgers or other stuff out of. And then this is just random cheeses, vegetables, anything, milk, stuff that needs to be refrigerated to be kept long. Drinks. Again, pretty straightforward. I may have to organize this a little bit differently to make room for, like, wine needs another row. You know, that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the inventory here. I will mention, too, when I have to bake, I go over to that building over there in the distance, because that has a stove in it. In fact, nah, I won't run over there. I did put a next to the stove. I took one of these gas tanks, and a generator over there to run. Because I think the generator runs the stove, and then the gas can, I believe, runs the burners on top of it. So if I want to bake stuff, I can go over there. I basically just grab the ingredients and drive a vehicle over there, and I bake stuff. Okay, yeah, I won't cover. Okay, so now that it's raining, I'm going to get all wet. But this, going out to the back porch. So just to kind of give you a view, since this is sort of a base tour plus progress. My plan at some point is to get those turrets going up top, but I haven't even seen some of the ingredients that those require in order to build them. I painted my doors blue just so they stand out because I was having a hard time sometimes finding the doors at night because the walls all look the same. So this is just what the base itself looks like. Now, and the flag is back here. See? So out here, this is where my fishing dock is. I kind of wanted to have this like a dock. I don't know what you call it, like the wood walkway all the way down here, but it's hard to build downward on inclines, easier to build upward. So I should have basically started with this dock and then built up to the base itself, but I'll remember that for next time. So this is my fishing dock. Put a couple chairs out here mostly for decoration. This is a really kind of a... I actually really love the fishing in this game. And you can see those little rings showing up down there. That's one of the like fishing hotspots. You can catch fish without that, but I don't know if you catch better stuff or faster when those are showing. The reason I built this here specifically and shaped like this was because these hotspots tend to show up kind of in this open area and around here. I actually didn't notice that they were showing up underneath here too. I may actually remove this if that's the case. But yeah, so I come out here to go fishing, and this is what I was talking about too, about this is the actual fishing container. So the one that's up there, if I ever come down here to go fishing, I just bring that down, sort those things in here, and then take it back up empty. Oh, yep, see there's some spots over here. I love this frog water sound down here. I almost wish I built my base closer, just like right next to the water, just to hear these while I'm in the base. So that's, trying to think if I forgot anything. That's pretty much it. That's my progress after, to be fair, after about 150 hours. Again, I play slow, I play at my own pace. I'm not constantly chasing new stuff. Sometimes I just want to chill and do some gardening or do some upgrading to stuff or just go loot more things just because I can. So it's super relaxed pace gaming here. But that's my base. So hope you enjoyed the video, and check out my playlist if you want to see more. Again, I'll link it in the description. I appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe if you want to get some notifications, and hopefully I'll see you later. Bye.